Hello again, welcome back everyone. Thank you for joining me once again for another spirit review video. And today we'll be taking a look at some of my favorite gins and why I like to use them in certain ways. Now I get asked that quite often, like what do you prefer in a martini or what do you like in a Negroni? And that's what we have here today. So if I'm going to be mixing a straight martini, not dirty, just nice and clean, you need that real good gin in there, I prefer Oxley London Dry. It's very crisp, it's very elegant and dry gin. Bottled at 47%, so the ABV is definitely up there, and it retails about $48–50, so it's not on the cheap side of things, but the viscosity-wise, the flavor-wise, is perfect for a martini. Now, if I'm going to want to make that martini a little bit bolder in flavor, or let's say I just want to feel like sipping on a gin in that style, then I prefer the Botanist, coming to us from Bruichladdich over in Scotland. Now it is labeled as an Islay dry gin because it is coming from the Isle of Islay, but it does share similar characteristics with the London Dry style. It's not overly sweet, it is fairly viscous, and the botanicals that they actually pick on the Isle of Islay have contributed this depth of flavor that I don't typically find in other London Dries. Bottled at 46% ABV, so 1 point down from the Oxley. But its only retail pricing is about $38–40, so it's definitely about $10 cheaper than Oxley. Another one that's in the $38 range, $40 range, is this Ransom Old Tom Gin. Now when I'm looking for a barrel-aged gin, or I want a depth beyond just the London Dry style, and I want a little more sweetness, then this is what I reach for, the Ransom Old Tom Gin. Now, typically Old Tom gins call for sugar to be added. And I've tried the other Old Toms and stuff like that, and they do mostly add sugars, and they just don't have this flavor. Ransom Old Tom Gin gets all its sugars from the barrels. So he does Pinot Noir barrels maturation, or finishing, sorry, for about 6 to 8 months, and it is phenomenal what happens. The gin has all the good barrel sugar flavors you're going to need, but it reacts wonderfully with sweet vermouth and orange oils. So if you do any kind of cocktail that calls for sweet vermouth or an orange peel to be spritzed on it, man, this one just really works like magic. I actually enjoy it nice and neat with just on the rock with an orange peel in there, and it works phenomenally. When I'm out, I do like mixing Negronis with it or old fashions. And I'll be out and I'll ask for an old fashioned made with Ransom Old Tom Gin, and a lot of times you get that little, are you sure that's, that you heard it right? Go ahead and try it when you're done making it. And they always come back and they're like, wow, that's really good. This one just works. And like I said, these are just go-to favorites of mine. All right. Now, last but not least, Monkey 47, a Schwarzwald dry gin. Very unique in flavor profile because it uses cranberries and botanicals from the German Black Forest. Also uses some water. It's filtered, so it doesn't really, I don't know if it makes that much of a difference, but they do market it as using water from the Black Forest. But I think the cranberries and the unique botanicals that they find there really give this a very floral and rich flavor and nose. Now, while I don't like making martinis or really cocktails with it because it's so big and so unique on its own, I do like bumping up any cocktail that calls for just London Dry style. So I'll do a martini with a little Oxley and maybe a spritz of vermouth, and then just a little dab of that Monkey 47 in there. And it just takes it to another level. Now, the only bad thing about the Monkey 47 is it's a half bottle, 375 milliliters, and yet it is the same price as Oxley London Dry, about $48–50. All right, so let's go ahead and get through and we'll taste them in this order because we're going to go clean to more flavorful. All right, Oxley London Dry. On the nose, some good medium amount of juniper in here. It's not juniper heavy or dependent on it because there's a good amount of citrus in here, lemon and lime on the nose. At 47%, you can kind of get a little bit of that higher ABV coming through, and you can kind of get that, but there's no rubbing alcohol. There's no bad notes on it. All right, let's go ahead and taste it. Oh, it's creamy. It's very viscous. Yeah, that's why I love it. Man, where to start? Okay, so the juniper comes in, but it's very, very soft and elegant. Lemon and lime orange oils just cresting on top of it. And they kind of just play back and forth. Nobody's really taking the lead. and they just kind of all go along with a very, very creamy, almost vanilla note undertone. And they just go for a long time and fade nice and easy. It doesn't come off hot or sharp in any way. It's just very, very rich and very nice gin. That was for me. That was just a little... It's very, very good. I love it. All right. Now we're going to go to the Botanist. Now the Botanist, again, uses, I think, 22 botanicals. Most are native to the Isle of Islay. And so let's go ahead and get to the nosing on it. Yes, okay, so this one's definitely more juniper heavy than the Oxley. But there is some citrus oils as well. Not as citrus heavy as over here. Maybe a little more on the cardamom, a little more on juniper here. All right, but let's sip it. Again, wow. Similar in how they enter. So these higher end or higher quality gins just tend to enter very softly. They're not packing a punch with citrus or juniper. They enter softly. This one starts giving you a nice rich juniper first. Then the citrus peels come up, kind of similar to Oxley, but it's a little more flavorful and a little more heavy on the juniper here. Cardamom comes in on the mid palate. Very unique flavor there. And all three, the citrus, cardamom, juniper, kind of play out into the finish. Again, zero rubbing alcohol element to either one of those. Very, very clean, very nice. Good, rich flavor. Like I said, I definitely enjoy this one on a rock. I could probably drink this one on a rock too. I haven't tried it, but it's just a little more lighter in flavor than the Botanist. All right, so now we're going to go to the Ransom Old Tom Gin right here. On the nose, wow. Definitely richer. It does have a lot of orange oils on the nose already. It almost has a nice malty character to it. So it's a malt, orange oil, a little bit of juniper, and a lot of citrus oils. And it's sweeter on the nose than any of the others, but that's that barrel maturation giving it some sweetness. Okay, let's taste it. Yeah, you can sip that all day long. Hands down phenomenal. Definitely a good malt base to it. And a ton of orange oils. But they don't come off artificial. It doesn't come off like orange liqueur or anything like that. It's almost like fresh orange oils are in here. And on the back end, and the juniper element that you would typically find in the London Dry, it's in here, but it's so far beneath the orange oils and the malt. Cardamom is in here as well. But again, those take a back seat. Wow, man. No sugar added, it's phenomenal. And just rich in flavor. Oh. Yeah. I'm looking for a rock right now and a little orange peel, and we're going to finish that one off here in a minute. All right, Monkey 47, coming to us again from the Black Forest in Germany. So the unique one here is that it has some cranberries added, and it does come off with a very rich, fruity floralness to it. It's fairly sweet on the nose. I'm searching for, there's a little citrus oil in there on the edge here. And a little tiny bit of cardamom. Yeah, there's cardamom. There's actually more cardamom to me than there is juniper on the nose. All right, let's taste. Very, very viscous. Very nice. Perhaps, yeah, I think it is the most viscous of all of these. I think this is the most viscous, second, third, fourth, but that's because, again, the styles kind of dictate that. But this one, wow, yeah. It's just very floral. It's very fruity on the cranberry type note. But it's not just cranberries. That's the thing. It's like cranberries and orange oils and a little bit of that juniper. And again, the cardamom is in there and a little cinnamon. Some nice exotic spices as well. Yeah, floral, fruity, very nice. You can make a martini with it. It's very unique. It's not going to be in that London Dry style. But if you mix this with the London Dries, you're in good shape. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Keep leaving great comments if there's a gin you prefer. I know Hendrick's is huge, and I do enjoy Hendrick's as well. And I've done a video on other gins that are priced lower and they actually have really good flavor. There's others to go, but these are just my favorites. But if you have those that you really prefer, leave them in the comments section, and maybe others can talk about it or learn something from that. So again, thank you for watching. Everybody have a great evening, and cheers.